Hi everyone, I'm Namita and welcome to Yoganama. Today is a complete beginner-friendly Hatha Yoga class. So we are going to have a nice warm-up, the full practice followed by Shavasana Pranayama as well. So join me for this practice in any comfortable sitting position of your choice with your eyes closed. We will take 5 deep breaths to get started. So let's begin taking our awareness to our breath. Tuning into how we are feeling right now. Bringing our attention completely to the mat. Withdrawing it from everywhere else. As you take deep breaths in and slowly exhale it out. Breathe in. Full expansion in the lungs. And exhale it out. Next time you breathe in, slowly open your eyes. We are going to do just 10 rounds of Bhastrika. So join in with your hands up. All we're going to do is as you exhale, you bring the hands down, forcefully exhale, and then forcefully inhale as you take the hands up and open out the fingers. So both inhalation and exhalation is forceful. Let's begin. And release. Take a breath normally. Exhale completely. And begin again, just 10. And another breath in. Exhale completely. Let's take one more normal breath in. Exhale. Now let's come to lie down on our back. Finding some awareness in the center of the body. For this, we are going to bring the knees up parallel to the ground. Knees up above the hips and shins parallel to the ground. From here, what I want you to do is maintain your lower back imprinted into the mat so that you don't arch. With the lower back strong, your navel pulled in strong. Reach forward with the right heel, tap the right heel to the ground, come back, and then tap the left heel to the ground and come back. As you're doing this, important to note that we don't end up doing something like this. The angle at the knee should remain at 90 degrees. If tapping the heel is comfortable, you can tap your toe to the ground and come back, and then the left toes to the ground and come back. Don't bend the knee. If single leg becomes comfortable, you can always progress to doing it with both legs. Let's start now. So tap the right foot or the right heel, then the left. That's 1, for 2, for 3. Don't arch the back. You don't even have to tap the ground if you feel that it's really difficult for you to maintain the lower back on the mat. You can just go down halfway, come up, halfway, come up. As soon as the lower back starts to arch, you stop there till you develop the strength in the core to reach the ground with the toes. Let's do 2 more on each side starting now. Right and back, left and back, right, return, left, return, and then release the feet to the ground. Take a breath in here. Next time you exhale, pull the right knee to chest, straighten the left leg, inhale, and exhale, lift the nose to knee. Release as you inhale, exhale, pull the left knee to chest. Inhale here and exhale, lift the head up, nose to knee. Inhale, return. Let's make this dynamic. So exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, transition. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, transition and to the right. Back to the left. So lifting the upper body up to meet the knee as you pull the knee towards the chest. Let's keep doing this for 5 more rounds. On the right, on the left. 4 more to go. Right knee in, left knee in, and then 3 more to go. Right, left, 2 more, right, left, 1 more, right, left, and then slowly release. Bend both the knees, feet flat on the floor. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, make your way up into a standing position on your mat. From here we shall begin our sun salutations. So take a breath in and out here, mentally preparing yourself for the practice, getting ready and coming into a standing position on the mat. Let's begin. Ekam. Inhale and exhale, hands in Namaskar Mudra. The way inhale, arch back into your standing back bend. Trini, exhale, explore your forward bend here now, a gentle one. This is the first one. Inhale, step the right leg back. Exhale, left leg back into plank. Holding the breath, knees down, chest down, chin on the floor. Slide forward to come into Bhujangasana. Then exhale back into downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Modifying this position as needed in a way that it works for you today. Then as you inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale here. Then exhale, step the left foot forward, your second forward bend. Inhale, rise up. Look up where the thumbs meet in Tadasana. And then exhale, release the hands down. Let's continue on the left side for the first round. Ekam. Inhale and exhale. Dve. Trini. Exhale into your forward bend. Chatwari, left leg back. Inhale. Pancha, right leg back. Exhale. Shat. Sapta. Ashtau. And hold. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Next time you inhale, take the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Inhale here. And now as you exhale, step the right foot forward. Then inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, release. Let's continue. Ekam, inhale and exhale. Dve. Inhale. Trini. Exhale. Chatwari. Inhale. Pancha. Exhale. Shat. Hold the breath. Sapta. Inhale. Ashtau. Exhale and 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, keep pressing the palms and the feet into the mat. Trying to create a tall mountain shape with the body. Then as you inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale here. Then exhale, step the left foot forward. Feel free to come into the forward bend variation with the back of the hands on the ground. Then inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Let's continue this on the left side now. Ekam, inhale. and exhale. Inhale, the way. Exhale, Trini. Inhale, left leg back, Chatvari. Exhale into plank, Pancha, Shat, come down, Sapta, Ashtau, and hold here. Inhale, exhale. Shifting the hips towards the sky, pressing the shoulders, pressing the fingers into the mat. Next time you inhale, take the left leg up. Exhale, step forward. Inhale here. Then exhale, step the right foot forward into your forward bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Excellent. 2 rounds done. Round 3. Ekam. Inhale and exhale. The way. Inhale. Reach back. A little deeper now. Stay for a moment. Then as you exhale, bend forward. Let's stay here now. Complete your breaths. Inhale and exhale in the postures now. Inhale, step the right foot back. Couple of breaths here. Feel the stretch across the right thigh. Then step back into plank, fingers nice and wide. Hold it here. Shoulders pressing away. Then knee down. Make your way towards the mat with the chest. Then slide into Bhujangasana. Exhale into downward facing dog and join the feet here. Come into Bhudarasana variation. And let's hold this version of downward dog. As you take a breath in and out. Let's inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Hold Ashwasanchalan on this side. Feeling the stretch on the left thigh this time. Then step forward with the left leg. Checking in with your forward bend. How does it feel now compared to when you started the practice? Then inhale with control. Slowly rise up. Look up where the thumbs meet. As if someone's pulling you up by your fingertips. And exhale, release the hands. Ekam, inhale. And slowly exhale. Then inhale. Come into your back bend. Stay here for a moment. Then as you exhale, come into your forward bend. As you inhale, step the left leg back this time. Breathing in and out, trying to bring the hips a little closer towards the mat. As if there's a weight hanging around your hip flexor, pulling the hips closer towards the ground. Then as you exhale into plank, nice rounded shoulders, protracted shoulder blades. Stay. And now, let's bring the knees down, chest down only to transition as you inhale into Cobra pose. Shoulders down, not like this, so press them back and down. And you can bend the elbows as much as you need to. Then exhale. Downward facing dog with the feet together. Pressing the palms into the mat, particularly your index finger and the thumb mounts. As you inhale and exhale. Next time you inhale, take the left leg up. Three-legged dog. Then on an exhale, step the left foot forward between the hands, coming into your Ashvasanchalan on this side now. Now pretending there is a weight hanging through your right hip flexor, which is pulling your hips closer towards the mat. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's step forward with the right foot into a forward bend. Let's make this one a ragdoll. So grab hold of the elbows and just let the body be hanging in an open chain fashion. Feel free to swing side to side. Then as you inhale, rise up. Look up where the thumbs meet. And exhale, release the hands down. Let's come into our forward bend static postures now. So hand on the waist, and as you exhale, start folding forward from the hip. At any point in time you feel the stretch is shifting into your spine, start bending the knees. As soon as you bend the knees, you will be able to neutralize the spine like this, and then continue to fold forward at the hips. So choose your variation today. Feel free to have blocks handy. Such a great prop these are, which allow you to correct your alignment and build the right muscle memory in your body. Over time, if it gets comfortable, you can straighten the knee. If it feels all right, you can bring the palms closer to the mat. Whichever position you have chosen, it should be a posture that is comfortable enough for you to talk in, that is comfortable enough for you to hold your breath in. Never reach a point in a posture that makes you extremely restless and breathless. That's not the intention of our practice. One more breath here. Exhale completely. Next time you inhale, bend the knees, rest your hands above the knees, come into this modified position of a half forward bend. Take a breath here, and the next time that you're inhaling, you can come into a completely straight position. From here, let's move into tree pose, so hands on the waist. Lift the right foot up and place it along the left leg, wherever it is comfortable for you, below the knee or all the way up across the left thigh. Palms come into Namaskar Mudra here. And try to look at one point in front of you, on the wall, on the ground. Focus on it to help you find your balance. All 5 toes of the left foot actively pressing into the ground. Over time, as you get comfortable here, you can also take your hands up overhead. So that's an option to explore. If it's challenging to balance right now, keep your hands out parallel to the ground. That can help you find some stability as well. So another option to explore. The next time you exhale, you can use your hands to release the foot down and come into Tadasana as you prepare to move into Vrikshasana on the left side now. So now the right foot pressing actively into the ground, lift the left leg up, and same thing as on the other side, use hand support to find your balance in tree pose or Vrikshasana. Going back to that point on the floor or the wall, an unmoving still point that you can concentrate on to find your own balance. And don't be discouraged if tree pose is not very well balanced today. Your balance will improve with regular practice. The more you practice being on one foot, the easier it gets over time. And remember, you can always try to progress or regress. Progress by taking your hands up overhead and explore a regression with your hands out parallel to the ground. One more breath here. And as you exhale, use your hands to help you release the foot and come into Tadasana. Now let's widen the legs. Come into a nice, comfortable Prasarita Padasana position, which is legs wide, arms parallel to the floor. Point the right foot out towards the shorter edge of the mat. And let's just get used to being here first. Understand what this position is. Check that your right foot is in line with the arch of the back foot so that the feet make one straight line and hands are parallel to the floor, helping you find your posture here, helping you understand where your body is here. Once this gets comfortable, lean to the right, as if someone's pulling my right hand in that direction, but I'm trying to resist them. So try to create that intention with your own body, and then let's come back. Let's just try this 5 times. So inhale, reach like you're being pulled as far as you can go. Exhale, come back. Inhale, reach. And exhale, come back like someone's pulling you in the other direction now. Let's make it both ways. Inhale and then exhale in the other direction. Inhale, then exhale, reaching back. One more. Inhale and then exhale, reach back. Come to a neutral position and move into triangle pose with your right hand down and left hand either overhead or vertical to the body. Breathing here. Slow breath in and out. While you're holding the position, let me show you some ways you can modify. One is to have a block by the side and then press into the block as you lift up. Second, if you feel ready to progress, you can have your hand all the way down in front of the right foot and then take your left hand up. So that's one option. Or you continue to be here with your right hand sliding down the right leg gradually over time, maybe coming closer to the ankle. One more breath here. And as you exhale, rise up, come into a wide leg stance, and we shall do this on the other side. But first, a deep breath in and a slow breath out. All right, let's point the left foot out now, checking that the left foot and the right foot are in alignment, which means the heel of the left foot is in the same line as the arch of the back foot. Looking over the left hand, looking towards the left hand, getting the palms facing towards the ground with your hands parallel to the ground as well. Once we are comfortable here, let's add in the dynamic movement. So inhale, reach towards the left, and exhale, pull yourself back and in the opposite direction. Inhale. Exhale. You can always change the inhalation and exhalation in dynamic movements. Exhale for 3. Inhale. And exhale for 4. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Then one final time. Lean forward and come into your triangle pose. Feel free to try any of the variations that I shared earlier. And once you've set or chosen your variation, now see if you can work on engaging the back foot. So often what happens is we end up dumping all the weight on the front leg, but I want you to press the pinky toe of the back foot into the ground. That'll help you lift up a little, maintain a position like this, and with that intention, continue to hold your triangle pose. The top hand can be straight up or fingers can be pointing above the head, your choice. This position helps you open the shoulders. Often we have rounded shoulders, so doing this action kind of helps us open the thoracic spine. Only if this is comfortable and shoulders not rounding does it make sense to take your right hand up overhead. If we are doing this, we're really not progressing. So choose wisely for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And the next time you inhale, come to rise back up. Hands parallel to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale completely. And let's face to the right side. Take both hands up. Bend the left knee to come into this crescent lunge position. So right knee bent, and let's bend the back knee as well. Because what's that going to do is, that's going to change the tilt of your hips. So from here, I want you to come into this position for which you can bend the knees and you will feel a deep stretch on the front of your left thigh. So it's like doing cat-cow. You can do 3 rounds of cat-cow here actually. So inhale into cow and exhale into this cat-like rounded action. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale, pointing the tailbone down just for 5, 4. It's an awkward position, but it's working. 3, 2, 1, and then slowly bring the back knee down. Release the foot. Take a breath here. Exhale and take the hands up again. Interlock the fingers. Reach up first. Before you even start to go into a back bend, find length across the spine. Index fingers pointing up. And the same thing, cat, cow. Then into cat. Find that engagement. Maintaining that activation, you can start working on bringing your hips a little closer to the floor. And from there, from that active position, lifting the chest up towards the sky, finding a nice stretch all the way from the knees to the quads, the hip flexors, the shoulders, the chest. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Then as you exhale, bring both the hands down. Take a breath here now. Releasing the muscles. Let the body be passive. Letting gravity do most of the work for us. Now let's tuck the back foot in. Lift the back knee off the ground. Find that strength in the very center of the body and the legs. Rise up. Open the hands out to the side. A deep breath in here in Prasarita Padasana. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And then as you exhale, come into your crescent lunge on this side, and we are going to make it a little active as I showed you. We bend the knee and we do cat-cow 3 times. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale for cat. Last time, inhale. And exhale, hold. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Then slowly bring the knee down. Take the hands up. Interlock the fingers. Now this active Anjaneya, not the passive one, the active one where you come into that cat-like position, point the tailbone down, and with that energy and intention, make your way into Anjaneyasana. Keep lifting the chest up. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And now as you exhale,
Bring the hands down to come into this Ashvasanchalan variation. Letting gravity pull you a little closer towards the floor or the mat. One more breath here. Then when you exhale, tuck the back toes in, lift the back knee up, come onto the fingertips, and then with control, rise up. And as you exhale, open the feet out, come into wide leg stance, take a deep breath in. And now as you exhale, step forward, come into a standing Tadasana position. Let's continue now. Inhale, take both hands up and take the right foot up. As you exhale, come into this standing twist, reaching your right hand back. Left hand grabs hold of the right knee, helping you twist. Then inhale, come up. And exhale, take the right leg back. Crescent lunge, a little familiar with it now. Back leg straight but also leaning forward. Let's inhale up. Understand the change that happens at the lower back. And exhale forward. This time keeping the back knee straight. Let's do 3 of these. Inhale up for 1. And an exhale, lean forward, take the hands back. Inhale up for 2. Feel the shift. Exhale, take the hands back. Inhale up for 3. And this time exhale, take the hands down from the side. Come into Anjaneyasana. You've already done it once. So let's try it a second time. Inhale. Exhale. Keep it active. Keep lifting. And keep breathing. Now as you exhale, bring the right hand down, take the left hand up to come into this twist. And breathe here. This twist can be made a little more accessible by taking the right hand out a bit, maybe off the mat if needed, and then lifting the left hand up. Just be mindful that this doesn't happen with the shoulder. Keep the shoulder in place. Navel pulled in and look up. Then as you exhale, bring both hands on either side of the left foot. Grab hold of your blocks now as we move into half split. So straighten the front leg. Hands on the blocks to help you neutralize the spine again. Minimize any rounding in the upper back or a flattening of your lower back. And breathe here. Feel free to close your eyes as we are going to be here for a bit longer than we have held any of the postures till now in the class. Inhale and exhale. Becoming aware of the breath. Taking your attention to where you feel the stretch the most in the body. And trying to breathe into that area. To neutralize that stiffness. And learning to be patient as we hold postures. And learning to focus on the breath, even though we may be slightly uncomfortable in our body. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, lean forward. Let's keep the hands on the blocks now. If you don't have blocks, take your hands above the knee like this. Blocks help in what we are going to do next. I want you to gently lift the right foot off the ground, trying to bring the right heel towards the right hip. And just maintain that active action, no hand, no belt, just your own strength and intention to bring the right foot close to the right hip. And breathe here now. And simultaneously pretend like there is a weight hanging from the hips that is pulling you closer towards the ground. So often when we come into a position, we start focusing on one area or whichever is the most painful part or the most uncomfortable part of the stretch. But I want you to retain awareness of the rest of the body as well when you hold postures. One more breath here. Then exhale, slowly release, keeping hands on the waist. Step forward into your forward bend. Keep the blocks to the side for a bit. Pedal the knees one at a time. And then as you inhale, look up, and exhale, release. Let's continue. Inhale, left leg up as you come into your single leg balance. Then as you exhale, come into your twist. Hold it here. Left hand goes back. Right hand on the left knee. Next time you inhale, come up. And then as you exhale into that crescent lunge. Let's work in a dynamic way now. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, lean forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Inhale one last time. And then as you exhale, bring the knee down and come into Anjaneyasana. Building on your familiarity with this posture as far as today's class is concerned, zeroing in on the posture a little more, lifting, activating, not passively sinking, navel strong, quads engaged, shoulders pulling back, and breath flowing evenly in and out of the lungs. And as you exhale, bring the hand down, left hand down, take the right hand up to come into this twist. As I was saying, when we choose a posture, when we come into a posture, there's a tendency to become over-focused on only one area of the body. So for instance, in this position, if the hips are feeling most of the stretch, we may lose awareness of the shoulder, we may lose awareness of the right leg, we may lose awareness of the neck. So all of these things we need to be mindful of, be aware of the whole body. As you're in this position, how are your right fingertips doing? How is your left foot doing? What's the condition of the wrist on the left hand? Is your right big toe pressing into the mat? Like this. Be aware. One more breath. Then exhale, bring both the hands on either side of the right foot. Use your blocks to move into your half split. Straightening the right leg now. Keeping the hips above the left knee. And hold it here. Feel free to close your eyes. We're going to be here for a little while. And this is an excellent position for you to do some deep breathing. Your breath is also a good indication of the fact that you have kept the position at a comfortable level, at a safe level, and not pushed yourself to a point of extreme discomfort, because then it will be very challenging for the breath to be stable, even, and calm. Let's take 2 more breaths here. One more breath. Then lean forward. And now come on to the taller edge of the blocks, because we are going to work on the back leg now. So as you exhale, I want you to bring the left foot in towards the left hip, using your own strength and intention like we did on the right side, and keep holding it in. If you feel it's very uncomfortable on the left knee, one way to modify is to use a folded blanket. The other one, which is the reason I have given you blocks, is to roll over onto your left quad. So that may take a little while. So instead of here, I'm asking you to come here. One way to make that happen is to elevate the hands. You can even have a chair in front of you that will allow you to shift the position from the kneecap to the top of the knee. All right, one more breath here. Exhale, release, and using the blocks for support, come into your standing forward bend. Keep the blocks to the side. Pedal the knees just like we did. Maybe come onto the back of the palms, a very good way to stretch out the wrists, which can take a lot of compression in yoga. So this variation helps us counter that. Now as you inhale, rise up, get really tall. This is important. So flip the palms up now and then stretch up as if someone's pulling you up, making you taller. Releasing compression from the spine now. After deep forward bending or even after deep back bending, lengthening the spine is always a good idea. Now exhale, release, widen the feet and come to sit in Malasana. You can always modify Malasana by sitting up on blocks. So for instance, this is one way. Another way to modify is to roll up your mat and place the rolled up mat under the heels. Or you could even try that with a block or 2 blocks because you have 2 feet. So this is another way to modify. Over time, it gets easier. We will be here for just 2 more breaths. And if this is comfortable, press your elbows into the knees and allow that to give you a little more stretch into the inner thighs. Inhale, exhale, and then release. Come onto your belly. We haven't done a significant amount of open chain back bending yet, so let's prepare for that by coming into Sphinx position. So Salamba Bhujangasana, you have your elbows underneath the shoulders. If that feels not comfortable for the back, bring the elbows forward. Let's be here now. Breathing in and breathing out. Check in that this is not happening with the shoulder and the neck. It's again active position, pressing the shoulders down. Pressing the elbows and palms into the ground. Then let's release the posture. Bring the palms on either side of the chest. Inhale, lift, hold. Understanding the position, that often what happens in Bhujangasana, while you're holding, let me show you, is this. I see it so often and I really must tell you that this is not helping our posture in any way. What you would rather do is come a little lower, bend the knees, so you can bend the elbows, so you can lower the shoulders down and then hold this position here. Let's release, exhale, take 2 breaths here. Slow down your breathing and we will try that one more time. So palms by the side. If it helps, you can also have palms a little wider. So experiment with that, rolling the shoulders back, lifting up just a little bit now. Just using 10% pressure from the palms, not so much that you're pressing the ground away. We already did that. Now we're looking to the back muscles to lift us up, and we give them a gentle nudge with the palms. Breathe here. Keep engaging the back of the body. And now exhale. Slowly release. Rest your forehead on the ground or rest your forehead on your palms. Choose this variation to take about 3 deep breaths before we continue on with the practice. All right. Now, bring both the hands forward. We are going to do alternate hand and leg raises. So forehead on the ground, and we will lift the right leg and the left hand up first, then down, then the left leg and the right hand up first and down. Make sure you move your neck as well as you do this. So it'll be lift and down, lift and down. Okay, let's continue. Starting now. 1. Other side. While you're doing this, pretend as if someone is pulling your toes back as you lift them, and someone else is pulling your fingers forward as you lift. So along with the lift, there is a lengthening action as if someone is making you taller. So the spine, instead of compressing, finds length along with the lifting action. Let's do 2 more on each side. Right, left, right, and left. And then come to Makarasana. Take a few breaths here. Once the breath has settled in, press your palms into the mat to come into Bhujangasana one more time. Tuck the toes in and lift up into downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Then bring the knees down and come into Dandasana. So straighten the legs in front of you. From Dandasana, let's prepare for Janu Shirshasana. So bend the left knee, right leg forward, and lean forward towards the right leg. Now a very good way to modify this is with the chair, which I will show you shortly. But for now, find your version of Janu Shirshasana. You can even bend the knee if you would like. And again, try to avoid rounding off the spine, which is also a stretch. I'm not going to say that's the wrong stretch, but let's try to build the intention of leading from the chest, of trying to bring the navel in touch with the quad first before we work on bringing the nose or the head to the knee. We'll be here for a bit, and I want you to keep holding the position while I quickly get a chair and show you the variation. So this is how we modify with a chair. You place your hands onto the backrest of the chair and your forehead on the seat of the chair. So this gives a very nice alignment to the back. Without excessive rounding of the back, you also get a nice shoulder stretch, and you continue to work on your forward bend as well. So instead of forcing ourselves in forward bends, let's try to modify and find variations that we can sustain, that are good for the body, that are good for us in the long run. One more breath here. Then rise up. Let's do this on the left side. So left leg straight, right foot into the left leg. And now we know, lengthen, exhale, folding at the hip, finding the position that works for us today. Know that you can bend the knee as well, even on this side. Continue to breathe in and out for the sake of equality on both sides. I will practice or show you the position of Janu Shirshasana on this leg as well. And that's a good system, that's a good principle to follow, that if you've done something on the right side, make sure you do that on the left side as well. For whatever reason you did something only on the right or the left, you must equalize to find balance in your practice as well as your posture. Couple more breaths here. Continue holding. I'm going to keep the chair nearby because we have one more variation to do that I will show you a good variation for with the chair. Alright, inhale, rise up. And now straighten both the legs again, coming into Parivritta Janu Shirshasana, right leg straight. Left foot into the right leg. This time you can widen the distance between the feet. When typically we do Janu Shirshasana, there is a 90-degree angle. In Parivritta, you can widen the angle to as much as is comfortable for you. Start with the right palm on the ground or on the right leg. Right foot active. Left hand goes up overhead, and then start making your way down towards the ground. Maybe you can bring your elbow to the right knee. Then that helps because that allows you to press the knee into the leg, lift up through the chest. Left hand goes up overhead. Breathing in and breathing out. One way to modify this, and I want you to keep holding a variation you may have chosen for now, is to grab hold of, again, the backrest of the chair and use this position then to allow you to open the chest up to the sky. And you can always have a pillow or a block on the chair to help you support your neck. So using props is a very good way to reset your alignment, and I particularly encourage their use, especially in the beginning stages of your practice, because once you set the right alignment, it's so much more easier and productive to progress in your yoga journey, and there is a lesser risk of injuries as well. Over time in Parivritta Janu Shirshasana, you may be able to grab hold of your feet. And if you are able to do that, the next action then is to again press and look up, press the elbow down, press the foot away from you instead of towards you, and then lift the chest up towards the sky. All right, let's release and do this on the other side now. So right leg comes in. I'm going to turn around for the sake of the camera. Left leg out. Widen the angle. So more distance between the two legs. And now first left palm on the mat. Right hand goes up. And then overhead, if that's comfortable. Walk, walk, walk. Use the elbow to press the chest open as if the sternum wants to face towards the ceiling. Like a sunflower, wherever the sun goes and sun is high up in the sky, your chest wants to face the sky. No rush to be here. Some errors that we make in terms of alignment is letting the neck hang, and in the rush to go down, we start flexing the spine. Instead of finding that length in the side of the body, we lean forward and come into a position like this. So that is why I insist or repeat so often to bring the chest up, and that is why the chair. Again, I did it on one side, so we'll do it on this side as well. In whichever way that's comfortable, taking the right hand up towards the backrest of the chair. So what this helps me do is from here, I can work on lifting the elbow up towards the ceiling. And then hold that. You can do the same stuff with a belt as well. But with a belt, we tend to pull too much, use a lot of force, so it can be a bit tricky. It's good for some postures, particularly for back bends, but in forward bends, we pull too much. So again, as you get comfortable, Flip the palm. This is just for your knowledge. We don't have to practice it. You can keep holding the variation you are comfortable in right now. And this is where we are. If it gets easier or accessible, reach for the back foot, but then you will come here. So what we want to do is reach the chest up towards the sky. And then breathe here. Let's release. Release the hand, bring the feet in together, a lot of wide-legged action. We are going to now work on crossing the legs in, like in cow face pose or Gomukhasana. So bringing one knee on top of the other, and if this isn't comfortable, we modify it by sitting up on a block or 2 blocks. So this is one way to modify. If not, you straighten the bottom leg and you come into this half cow face pose variation. Choose something that's comfortable for you today. Eyes closed. And then slide your right hand out. So left knee is down. So we will take the right hand out, take the left hand up, coming into our side bend. So this is continuing the same intention as your Janu Shirshasana. Bring the right elbow down, left hand goes up. And breathe here. You can also elevate your hand onto a block to do this. And while you're here, check the shoulder. Shoulder instead of this goes back in place. Neck instead of here stays in line with the rest of the spine. Now let's switch sides now. Change the cross of the leg. Bring the right knee down and the left knee comes up. Feel free to modify or come into a position in a way that works for you. For instance, lifting, stacking the knees and then sitting back sometimes is much more comfortable. And first, let's just hold. Not yet going into a side bend. First, we hold. Exhale. Inhale. And now as you exhale, take the right hand up, start making your way down with the left hand. Because the right knee is down, we will move in the opposite direction. The left leg kind of presses into the right knee, stabilizes it, and we get a nice length into the side of the body. Breathe here. It's often mostly 3 to 4 joints that we compensate in. First is the neck, second is the shoulder, third is the position of the knee above the ankles, and next is our lower back. These are the 4 points that often can become prone to injuries in a yoga practice if you don't build the right foundation. And that is why in the beginner complete Hatha session like today, I have emphasized these areas so they are retained in your mind for good. All right. Next, inhale, rise up. Uncross the legs. Straighten the legs for a bit. Shake them out. And now we shall move into our pranayama practice. So I'm going to move the chair out. And I want you to take a comfortable sitting position of your choice with your palms facing up. Index finger touching the thumb. 3 fingers straight out. Spine upright, and focus on your breath for a couple of moments. Let the face be soft. Let your shoulders and jaw be soft. If you're consciously holding any stiffness or tension around your eyes or your neck, then relax these areas. And start observing the flow of your breath. And start working on increasing the length of your exhalation. Exhaling for a little longer. Taking a little more time to exhale than you take to inhale. We will practice this breathing with a count. I will give you a count of 4 to inhale and a count of 6 to exhale. We will just do that 2 times. If it's uncomfortable for you, feel free to change the pace or the count. So inhale normally, exhale completely, then inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this, continue breathing on your own. You can make the count 4:8 if that was too easy. You can make the count 4:4 if that didn't feel right. Exhale completely. Have a soft approach towards your breath. Do not be aggressive. Don't try too hard to manipulate the breath. That's counterproductive. Without judgment or comparison, simply observe what feels right, what feels good, and choose that number for your practice. Keep coming back to your breath in case you get lost in thoughts. As you're breathing in and out, the only thought in your mind should be, I am now breathing in, I am now breathing out. Completely immersed in this practice. Slowly lengthening your exhalation every time you come back to your out breath. Next time you exhale, you can relax your breathing, let go of the count, breathe normally. From here, with your eyes still closed, come to a lying down position in Shavasana. Palms facing up and away from the body. Legs comfortably wide, maybe coming to the outer edges of the mat. Shoulders relaxed on the ground. And with 3 rounds of humming breath, we will move into Shavasana. Humming breath is simply the sound of as you exhale, the Makara sound of the chant Om. So let's begin. Inhale. Inhale.
One more time, inhale. And move into Shavasana. If you would like, you can continue in Shavasana, or you can rise up whenever you are ready. The session is done now. Thank you so much for joining me today.